They say innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity and not a threat. And for Howard Dolgon, thinking outside the box has been a regular enterprise. As president and CEO of the Syracuse Crunch, Howard's been a driving force to have Syracuse seen as a leader and not a follower. Recently, the voice of the Crunch, Joe Brown, sat down with Dolgon and asked him about the rabid fan base here in Syracuse that made this whole event a possibility.
Would this game even have been possible without the great fan support we have here with the Syracuse Crunch?
Oh, it's been tremendous. The fans from day one, actually before we announced it, when we came up with the concept of potentially putting the game on, the support by the fans were overwhelming. You know, then you couple it with the support we got from Senator Chuck Schumer and then from Governor David Paterson. It all came together, and you know, last but not least, certainly was the great corporate support we got from folks like Mirabito and Toyota and Labatt and of course Time Warner.
And everybody certainly jumped on board. And when you look at it, so many people had to work so hard to put this game on. Yourself, Jim Sarosy, Vance Lederman. Whose vision was this? And there really were a lot of challenges over the past year or so.
Well, it's really a collective vision. You know, you mentioned Jim Sarosy. He certainly drove this day in and day out. You know, he lived this for, you know, really 24 hours a day for many months and sacrificed a lot. But, you know, the fruits of the labor of our entire staff and, you know, our community is going to be shown today, and something we're going to be proud of for a long time.
I'm excited about it for many reasons. You look at the matchup and two great rivals in the Syracuse Crunch and the Binghamton Senators. And while it's going to be a great game, this really is an event as well. And there's going to be festivities going on all day long, isn't there?
Well, a lot being planned. We've got a special anthem singer. We've got some special things flying out of the sky that are going to entertain the fans. So we've got a fun zone, again, so the fans not only watching the game, but enjoying the activities before, during, and following the game. So it's you know, we've always viewed it, Joe, as a once-in-a-lifetime event for our community. You mentioned we're the first minor league team to do this. We would not have done it if we were following on somebody else having done it. So we want it to be special. We put a lot of effort into it, and today's a big day.
And another thing that stands out, we've been out to the fairgrounds many times over the last couple of months. When you're standing where the ice is going to be, there is no better setup than that grandstand out there at the fairgrounds when you compare it to the other teams that have done this here in the NHL, having outdoors games in different various arenas.
Well, the NHL has done a great job, and we've learned a lot from their three games, but certainly when you have a grandstand of about 15,000 seats, where the rink is going to be directly in front of, you have some tremendous views. Some of the other views may not be as good, but you know, I agree, Joe, that probably the worst seats here will be better than the most premium seats in the other three venues that the NHL has done their games. So we're excited. Our fans are excited, and again, you know, this is going to be a legacy for our franchise.
All right, so Howard Dolgon, a thinker, an innovator, and a history maker here at the State Fairgrounds today. Now, Howard may have had the idea, but he needed people to carry out the plans and make this whole event happen. And Senior Vice President Jim Sarosy, he's worn a lot of hats for the Crunch. He had to wear a few more in coordinating the Mirabito Outdoor Classic. Recently, Aaron Goldstein had some time to spend with Jim in the final days leading up to the big event.
What's most surprised you about it?
Well, it's really been a very fun, unique, challenging. You throw a number of adjectives into a project like this. I mean, remember we started planning this way back in February, and you know, fast forward all those months, a lot of ups and downs. We're going to do it over at the ballpark. We're going to do it over at the fairgrounds now, and it really has been a project that's been filled with a number of challenges. And which ones to talk about? There's so many. From terms of really trying, when you think about it, we're really building almost a mini stadium around an ice surface at a fairgrounds, when you know, it's just not, it's something that just hasn't been done before.
And you're right. I mean, we've had outdoor hockey games before, but most of them either at baseball parks, at football stadiums. What does having it at the fairgrounds present specifically?
Well, really a lot of it simply isn't the amenities that a lot of those places they have. I mean, although they're not set up for hockey per se, they are set up for sporting events, whether it be football or baseball, where here the fairgrounds is an entertainment center, whether it's the horse races or it's the car shows or the concerts. It's not fundamentally set up to have two professional teams come and play. And as a result, what we really have had to do in a very short amount of time, in addition to the many, many challenges of building the rink, with Jim Hartnett, our ice expert, our local expert, will be able to take you through a little bit there. We've really had to build a mini stadium and encase this ice surface going back from locker rooms, and we were shown a small building, this building here, that had no heat. This building is basically built for 12 days in the summer. And we've had to outfit this for 2 professional teams to come in and play. So from the heating challenges that they had to the matting, I mean, when we came in here, it was all cement. It's going to have to be filled for the players to put their skates on. Simple things where how are they going to get to the ice without damaging those skates, the skate guards, the eye black that might be needed because of the glare of playing outside, are some of the very small of the many challenges that have come up.
And obviously, you guys, just a small staff, about a dozen people on the Crunch staff doing it, getting a lot of help though from other people and other companies.
Yeah, it's something we're very proud of because it really is, when you think about it, so few of these have been done to begin with, a couple by the NHL and a couple by universities, which have obviously their amount of resources that they have. Syracuse Crunch is a staff of 12 people. We are the first team to ever put on an event like this, which industry-wide is something that we're very proud of. But it's something that we couldn't have done with the help from Dan O'Hara and the people at the New York State Fairgrounds. His staff has been outstanding in making this happen. Just making sure that we're looked after and all the things that we need here. It's really gone a long ways to helping this done.
And as you look ahead, you get to the end of this game, can you look ahead to next year? What do you hope to take from this? What could this be, an annual event in the future at all?
I don't know about annual, but I think something, it's kind of neat because a good portion of the American Hockey League is coming in here, other teams, and it's kind of really, it's a very nice moment for us because it's a showcase of what the region can do, what our team can do, and really kind of show off to the hockey world what we're capable of.